Good evening. This is the Bedford Township Park Commission meeting for August 11th, 2025. Call to order the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, guys. The approval of the agenda, just a quick change. I kind of shifted it up. Item E will become A. It's the consent to accept the resignation of Kyle Schlagic. And then we're just shifting everything down. Do you guys have anything else that needed added to the agenda for today, or can't be covered within the parks or anything?
Motion to approve agenda as is, with the exception of what you said.
With that adjustment of E to A. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. The agenda passed. Approval of the minutes from the 28th. I read through them, looked through. I didn't see, these are from July 28th. I didn't see anything that needed switched or that was missed. If you did notice something, speak up. Otherwise, I motion to approve the minutes of the July 28th Park Commission meeting. Take a brief rundown of it. I didn't catch anything.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of the July 28th, 2025 Park Board meeting as presented.
So you'll second.
Oh, there's a second? Yeah, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Myself, aye. And aye. The minutes are approved from July 28th. Secretary's report.
Nothing to report.
I do have for you the fall newsletter. They gave us the dates on, so I just noted it in there for you. Fall newsletter is due by Monday the 25th at 11 a.m. Just so you have notes on that. So if you whip together a nice little paragraph or something. Treasurer's report. Mr. Niederkor, take it away.
Yes. Just an electric bill at Car Park, cleaning bills at the parks, and Rollins did some maintenance on the air conditioning units at both Car and Samaria, so there's those invoices as well. Cell tower revenue for the month at Car, and then revenue from the halls and pavilions, about $2,000.
I will motion to approve the treasurer's report with no changes. The Rawlings ones were these most recent ones.
Yeah, these were, I have them right here. These invoices
Just curious if it was from this weekend.
No, these are both dated July 15th.
Okay.
That was for the yearly review.
The yearly, the update them. Okay. So we'll probably get something for the Saturday emergency call out or the Sunday emergency. Okay. I was just curious if they invoiced and we had it that quick. Yeah, with no other changes, I motion to approve the treasurer's report as is.
Support.
All in favor, Aaron?
Aye, yes.
Matthew?
Aye.
Myself, aye, and Josh.
Aye.
The treasurer's report has passed. Presentations, we don't have any listed for this week. The Community Education Park Partners. I didn't get any letter from Nancy for ComEd. I know fall soccer, T-ball ended. Fall soccer will be starting for youth. I did speak with 3B. Their fall ball will be starting soon. That is the largest they've had. They have roughly 550 players.
Whoa.
Is the estimated number. 49 teams across 9U up to 15U. It is planned all games will be run Saturdays and Sundays from about 9 to 5:30 is when the park will be busy with fall ball going on. So just be aware of that with White Park. It is going to be busy. Baseball season is still in full go, and they've got quite a few kids from the community participating, which is awesome to see their growth and continuing to run that program. Comments from the public? No public present for comment. We'll lead right into old new business. Aaron, you weren't here. We moved E up to A, which is the consent to accept the resignation of Kyle Schlagic. And then we're just shifting everything down just so you have it for your notes. So we did receive the resignation of our Park Commission member, Kyle Schlagic, and it is basically, I will motion to approve his resignation letter and what we received from him.
I'll support.
All in favor, Aaron?
Aye, yes.
Matthew?
Aye.
Myself?
Aye.
And Josh, aye. So we do accept the resignation of Kyle Schlagic. Moving on to item B, which is the car park project updates. I just left it listed. I didn't know if you would have anything back for the pavilion yet, or I know we had discussed it earlier in the committee of the whole meeting, but
Yeah, I talked to them.
reiterate it.
Unless you guys have heard anything since I talked to you this morning, there's been still in the lawyer's hands going back and forth trying to tweak some stuff. There's some
For the
things
courts.
the courts. The pavilion's still under the engineer's work up, and then yeah, we talked about the tree already, not coming down at this point, but I'm still going to try to get some more bids on it just to see if it was just a weird fluke of a bid or what. But yeah, as it presented, it was way too high.
Okay. That works for me. I'll move on then to item C, the White Park Butterfly Station update. I left this on there just strictly for, we had approved the location. I don't know if you were able to speak with Pat or, since Al is present, if that was going to interfere at all with the water fountain installation.
I haven't spoken with Pat yet. Al, you saw where it was going, correct?
So we're doing like we have at Anstead, putting like a 10 by 10 like butterfly plot with a sign. Basically, it's going to be like mulch and the butterfly tree. It's planned for between the fence and the playscape on the east side of that walk up. My only concern with telling them to move forward, and I told them to wait and hold, is I know we approved the drinking fountains and how they're doing like those leach field. I don't know where that runoff is planned, and I don't want them to do this and then, hey, we got to dig all this up because we're doing water fountain installation.
What we'll do is let's talk to Pat,
Okay.
and if we have to get out there and walk it with Pat, so that we know, and then we can give you the go-ahead, or I can call Matt or call one of you guys, say, yeah, we're all good.
Yep, I just never saw the official, like the
me
plans
either.
for the drinking fountain, how he was doing that. And I
Right.
didn't want them to start this when, hey, that's right where they're going. So
Yeah, I agree.
tell them just wait. It's Monarch Moms is the group that's volunteering to do this. So Josh, if you can get a hold of them and just,
Yeah.
Just tell him, Josh, we're
I
gonna
know the
we're gonna
location's
walk it and we'll
approved.
find out.
I just don't want them to do it until after the
After
water
the water
fountain,
fountain's
if it's going to interfere. The location's perfect. I like it because it's going to see the most traffic, the most foot
Right.
traffic, and people seeing signage and kind of the educational
Yeah.
point of it. I just don't want them to do all that work for nothing, to have to
Right.
redo it.
Exactly, I agree.
Outside of that, item D, the committee of the whole meeting discussion, next steps. We had our committee of the whole meeting discussion an hour ago. Pretty much our focus in moving forward is going to be continuing on smaller projects that we can take on ourselves and that come up and go. Big grand scheme picture, I think our priority items are going to be the playscapes at each of the parks. They're getting to their 25-year point. They're coming to a point where planning for them now is going to be better than waiting until they're falling apart and collapsed. Anything you guys want to add from that meeting that's in this one?
I would just say right now, I've got the list of the manufacturers that Chase gave me.
Correct.
So what I'm going to do is, after this meeting, I'm going to get website links for each of those manufacturers and email them out all to you guys, so you guys can go on their
Thank you.
websites, start looking at what they're offering, looking at prices and seeing whatnot, and you can probably order catalogs from them too, if you want those as well. And let's start put together some ideas, see what we want to incorporate, so we can look at the surveys and see what the community says. And don't be afraid to reach out to people that you know and say, hey, what's your input? What do you think of this? That we can
Absolutely.
figure out each of these playscapes and what the community wants. I mean, I'm thinking each of these 4 parks could have something different at each of the playscapes, so that way it's more like, people will actually have reason to want to go to Samaria Park and not just go to White or Carr,
Yep, and you'll see, looking at the catalogs, or I'm assuming on their sites too, I mean, you can theme the way you design these playscapes. Like, you can have the music-themed one, you can have a sports, it's pretty crazy what you can dive into and get into with them, so just have
I think
that.
we theme it off of our animal statues.
Or that. Like, you could make one.
Park,
It's
the lion park, and what's the other one?
Elephant.
elephant.
Parmalee has the lion. White has the gorilla. Carr has an elephant?
Yep.
Does Samaria have one? Samaria doesn't have one.
I don't believe so. I'm not up at Samaria much,
I don't know
though.
why I can't picture the
I
elephant.
don't think so.
I think it's an
I better
amoeba,
remember.
actual size.
But the animals, we've talked
Yeah,
about that
I mean,
before,
that's,
the animal theme.
look at it
Alright.
that way and see if, it can all be part of kind of the planning and go. Outside of that, I don't have anything else from committee of the whole. I think it was good just bringing all that up and what we can present to the planning commission on the 27th. Item E, the car approval for Card Shop live band event. You've got the details on this, Matt.
Yeah, I got a phone call,
Matthew.
so I stopped into the card shop in town, and they just basically want to do a customer appreciation where they just have a live band out there, play some music. give out free hot dogs, that type of thing. And they
This
just
is
wanna use
Laramie's.
Yes, Laramie's.
Yeah,
They just
okay.
want to. They just want to use the space. Nothing.
The main reason for this is the pavilion rentals have been shut off
Right.
because of the planned construction, especially
This
with
is
the
where they
courts.
would be doing that.
Right. So we can still, I mean, we know the pavilion's not getting done immediately. Did he have a date for you? Did he have a
The
plan?
last I heard from him, August 31st. As long as he can get the band, he just needs to know as soon as possible to book the band, type of thing. But
We know within the month we're not doing the pavilion. I don't think we're going to break ground on the courts in 3 weeks if
Right.
it's still under, the litigation, the finer details. I would be okay with it as long as obviously it's treat it like it's a public park. Others
I
can
told
still
him it's
use
not
the space.
closed.
It's not, we're not permitting him to where it's strictly his and they can close it off. Is it what the 31st is a Saturday, Sunday?
check.
The-
This is a
very
tentative-
well, the hall could potentially be rented that day. So
And I told them that already too. So it's basically they're just using it like they would if they walked to the park and they're going to have a band too, and they want to make
And
sure it was
have-
okay with us and that type of thing.
I mean, you can motion, and it has my support.
That is a Sunday. So
Okay. And what time again?
no specific on times yet,
Okay.
If we can, I mean,
but it would definitely be nowhere between. Have to be between dawn and dusk.
right.
Hours of the park. So, but I'll make a motion to allow them to use the park for their live event with band for customer appreciation, knowing that the park will not be closed and it is still open to the public.
Support.
There's a church next door. They're not going to do the morning on a Sunday, right?
We can limit the time. We're going to say like noon till
I would,
Is there another
plan
church there? There's only one church.
just
right?
one. Sure.
just the one.
Yeah.
Thinking,
Yeah, being a Sunday, make it like a noon to 5 thing for at least band.
Yeah, band cannot play before.
He
then.
can go and set up and do whatever.
If
The
it's
biggest
on
thing would,
Sunday.
if he can, with your motion, I'll amend it to where if he can provide us, get us the finer details for the 31st and plan it for the 31st. If it needs a change, we've got to know, because we do have another meeting then before the 31st, so we can,
Right.
if we have the finer details, but I would say tentatively, yes, if he can meet all that criteria, that would be your motion to approve, which you support,
Yeah.
and
I accept the friendly amendment.
perfect.
Support the friendly amendment.
Aaron?
yes, I.
Aye.
You? Myself, aye.
Aye.
Perfect.
Good catch,
Let him
Aaron.
know that, and if he can get us the finer details,
Right.
if he can get us the finer details by our next meeting, which will be the 25th, which is before that Sunday, just so we know and can publicly announce it.
I'll put in my
and so forth.
calendar to talk to him tomorrow.
Perfect. That's it for our old new business items. That takes us on to parks updates. I know Chase is here from the township, and you've got some updates for us, so I'll let you lead off.
Yeah, so we're going to start with the car park. Obviously, we'll touch on some stuff you guys have already talked about. Right now, we're still waiting on Mannequin Smith to let us know about the feasibility of keeping the pavilion. Barry Bushman has been out and looked at the pavilion as well, so he's working closely with us to try and come up with a solution, depending on keep, tear down, repair, depending on what it is.
What's the best route?
Yep, what's the best route for cost feasibility for us?
Perfect.
We did talk about it in our capital improvement plan because we were thinking maybe not use the money for the gazebo and put it towards the pavilion, and maybe that would be able to. It
Lump
might
it
be
together
more
as a whole,
feasible
plus with
to
what
replace
Lions
it all.
Den is.
Yep.
Just throwing it out as an
to-
idea.
And I'll touch on the Lions real quick. We're looking for bids to do some repair and paint at some area. The Lions are going to cover that. So probably do some repairs on the outdoor open air pavilion, replace the gable ends, at least one of the boards. That's what the people I've had who've went out to look at it to paint it have said it needed.
That's a Samaria,
It's a Samaria,
not car.
not car. Sorry, that jumped to Samaria based off the Lions.
I think both boards need replaced.
Both ends and at least one or two of the ledger boards, yeah.
Okay.
So, but, and we have one quote for them so far, trying to get a couple others. A lot of local companies don't want to do the carpentry and the painting.
Right.
So, but, yep, back to car, we did have some HVAC repair. We did get the invoice already, so that'll be in your next setup. Waiting on the contract for the pickleball court, so that's still going back and forth. We're hoping to be done soon, obviously. The fencing, talked to the fencing guy again, and he said, talked to him this morning. He called the supplier, said, hey, where's it at? And they said, no, it should be this week. So we're really, really hoping this week. Just a lot of delays on that end for the supplier end.
Yes.
Yep, and Pat said the maintenance, they'll be tearing down fence around the tennis court, trying to get ready.
Okay.
Yep, we're trying to get the ball rolling and have things prepped, ready to move. Yeah, and then, yeah, that was it. Other than that, it was the car AC had a minor fix, so, but that was repaired on Sunday, and we're good to go. So, yeah, any other questions from you guys?
Thank you, Chase.
Awesome, thank you, gentlemen.
Rolling down park by park, Anstead. Did anybody have anything for there? I know.
We had a pothole that was needed repair, and we got that fixed, so there's no longer a cliff dropping off and you pull out.
And signs too. I know you said you were going through looking at signs. They have the mile markers out there. I know a couple years back I had to go back out there and fix a fence post and screw one back in that. So if anybody does walk the trail or same thing public and you notice a sign down, let us know. Because that's the only way is if we get eyes on it and see it and know if one came down or fell off or needs screwed back in or replaced. Let us know.
I've done the 3 major parks now, looking for which signs we have. I'm trying to get to all of them.
Yep, take your time. Samaria, outside of what's been discussed, you got anything else up there?
Nothing new at this point. I just know that sometime in the fall we're going to be looking into getting the trail cleaned up in the woods and that, getting some volunteer groups together to help out with that. So
Okay.
stay tuned for that.
White Park, nothing that's already been covered. We'll discuss, between the drinking fountain install and the Monarch Moms and the butterfly plot. Like I said, 3B fall ball is going to be kicking off here. I think they said 3 weeks out, and so it's going to be busy Saturdays, Sundays there at the parking lot. Just everybody take your time in the area. Parmalee.
Should we do the basketball? I mean, should somebody look into the basketball thing you're talking about?
I can.
You'll check it out?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean,
See what kind of plan and at least get a price on it. I can do that.
a sidewalk around seemed overkill, but a little entryway into the court.
Into the
does
lot
seem very
and-
nice.
Yeah.
And then build a concrete pad for the car to park on.
Yep.
Right there, yeah.
I mean, something so a wheelchair can
2 handicap
get out of the
accessible.
car
Yeah.
and go onto the court, at least there.
Right.
It does seem kind of cool, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take it.
Got that, I guess?
Yep,
That's
I'll
cool.
take that. Parmalee, the wood chips are in the lot, and there I've notified Mitch.
Threw what do you call it, wheelbarrow with a broken tire there, so.
We'll see how.
Nothing necessarily.
I talked with Mitch at.
You talked to Mitch, good, okay.
Yep, and he was going to figure out, who dropped them because it was not our maintenance. So we.
really?
So we don't know if
Chips are phantom chips?
we don't know if another
That's part of the guy
volunteer,
who
Chris.
asked me, and we discussed that we can't do that.
Well, no, because you asked me after I had already seen that there were piles there, unless he just went and did it beforehand and then was asking. Okay, well, either way, there's wood chips there to be spread out at the baskets for disc golf to cover the concrete.
There's a wheelbarrow. Let 'em move.
So it is planned. Mitch was going to get some volunteers together and get that spread and kind of moved in throughout.
Did that car event happen? It did, right? Like 2 weeks ago? I think I was out of town, but it was.
January, that's the end of July.
So since our last meeting, it happened.
Before our last meeting, yes.
Or like in between. It happened before?
Before our last meeting, yes.
Okay. I guess I didn't. I just.
it wasn't
special
real-
thanks to all of them because they keep it so clean. It's like you can't even tell it happened. And I know
Right.
it's huge. I wasn't in town this year.
Yeah, I was
Usually
out of
Well,
town.
it
and-
was kind
Go
of
peek in, but was it not as big?
because of the rain. It was kind of dead. Because of the
Oh,
rain.
really?
I have some friends that live in the neighborhood there too, which I was going to touch on Parmalee a little bit as well because I've got a buddy whose parents live right there at the corner of Summerfield and Door, and then several of their other neighbors too have also complained about either just people just speeding up and down the street, and then just like the stench of the weed that gets smoked in the park back there. They could smell all the way out to Summerfield Road there that far.
Wow.
And
You are starting to, because I've always said, I've been big on like wanting to, pursue maybe this parking lot on Consier, thinking that there were impacts in the neighborhood, but nobody's ever really complained.
Well, the weed smell is
from the
going to be just
neighborhood.
from the disc golfers mostly.
No, I mean more the driving. I mean the driving is more.
Well, yeah,
unless
like
we're going to get an
people
ordinance
speeding are
out
one
to sort of
thing,
look
All right,
at
I'm gonna
it.
keep us. I'm gonna keep us moving along because there's
But I
nothing we
was-
can do about that other than contact the police.
Well,
Right.
so what I was going to say too to Matt was about ordering signs and that. So I did a little bit of research, talked to Chase about it as well. Michigan law, actually, it's illegal to smoke marijuana in public places and such.
thing
So
alcohol.
It can't be enforced by citations and that, so we could put signs up letting them know.
I'm
as a
adding to my
warning.
list right now.
On his list.
Yeah.
I'll just get one of those for each one of the parks.
Yeah, I was gonna say
There already
that
is.
way it's not like
Yeah, there
notes
is.
it.
Yeah, there is.
Yep.
And I would say, yeah, all the parks, so it's not like, oh, we're just excluding them and targeting them. It's like, no, it's for everybody. So.
Public parks, there's no
Right.
drugs.
No,
or
no,
alcohol
Parmalee is
allowed.
an issue. Trust me. I mean,
Oh yeah,
it's
but not
a
just
big
them.
issue.
But I mean, it's not just we're targeting them, but it's like it's blanket for everybody.
But the sheriff, like the local officers, do a great job of going back there routinely. I mean, I've
Yeah.
been back there and seen them going, and they'll sometimes park in the area that
Do the paperwork, yeah.
just like I mean, they are trying to have an influence, but I mean, barring them like getting out of the car and walking the back 9, it's like. Yeah.
It's a little too
I don't
much.
know. It's a little much
Especially-
for an
Got
officer to be doing. It seems like, but
Especially they have to go in the heat of the moment to
Yeah.
go somewhere.
okay, interesting. I I'll write those down. I guess.
Pretty sure we've beat Cars Grove down. Anything else that we've missed?
Just so, well, this I'll just add it to cars just because it was kind of more of a parks for everything.
Yep.
We do need to come up with an emergency plan. I know we talked about it briefly, but I wanted to bring it in front of the meeting. Some sort of, if there's an emergency at one of the parks, who do we get a hold of? Do we have a phone designated to somebody, or do we have an answer machine that forwards to our phone? I know I get emails right to my phone as like a text message if we do something like that, or take some type of a thing, but we can look into that, about
See what the
yeah,
options
see what our
are.
options are. Maybe the voicemail, the phone line that the calls can be jumped right to
If it can
someone without
kick
having
it to a line,
Right.
yeah.
Because I mean, I don't want to carry around two phones, but I don't mind if it comes to mine as a secondary line placement type thing.
And that could be one of those things where, you have the options, like, press 1 for this park, press 2 for this park, and we'll go to whoever park is assigned.
So we'll have to check. I think Trudy's in charge of the computer, that type of stuff, correct? Yeah, so we'll talk with Trudy. I'm off tomorrow, so I will try to do some of the stuff on my,
Okay.
as looking at the trails as well.
Have we had an
Wheeler,
emergency before, and what has happened in that? I mean,
Yesterday,
what happened?
no,
So,
Saturday, wasn't it?
Saturday, I got notification, but from the cleaner that the air wasn't on, and Pat called me, said the acquaintance who was renting on Sunday noticed that the air was off. So
In the car pavilion.
in the car pavilion.
Rental hall.
So at 7:30
AC
this
was out.
Sunday morning, it was like 90 on Saturday. We got it. Rawlings out an emergency contact, got them before the next renters had their event, so it's good for them. But the people who rented on Saturday had to suffer through that. But so I'm going to fix the instructions inside the thing to at least have at this point as a Band-Aid is my email, so they can contact me and I can get to them right away because I answer my emails like I do a text message.
Well, okay.
So that's our Band-Aid, but we need to come up with something long-term,
Right.
a better solution.
Yeah, talk with Trudy, see what options are there or what can be done. Wheeler Preserve, I don't have any other updates. I know that the trees are back there.
Yeah. I'm going to, this week, work on getting some phone calls in different tree companies, let them go out and see stuff. I'm on vacation all week next week, so I'm going to have some downtime to do some extra homework and and like I said, looking at these playscape options, start to get some designs together, so you'll probably see some stuff from me next week, and probably be talking to both Alan and Chase quite a bit next week as well while I'm on vacation.
There you go.
Hourly updates.
Hourly.
Not like that.
Please bug them hourly.
Sorry, I had
I'm taking my jet ski out to Sandusky. I'm going to Kalahari.
Outside of the parks updates on, we're at comments for the public, unless you guys had additional comments. No public is present. Commissioners' comments, Aaron? Nope. Matthew?
No, we do apologize for our delays in this, or not delays, but the maintenance problems with the park, and we do work our best to keep it up. We just had it serviced. We will keep on top of that, and we will come up with an emergency plan for future so people have a better way of getting to it fast. So,
I don't have any additional comments. Josh?
Hope everybody has a good rest of their week. Let's work on getting some designs done for our next meeting so we can look over them. We'll have it on the agenda and then bring it to the Planning Commission for them to see, and let's get some quotes from all these different companies and start figuring out and then look at some funding options, what we can do to raise money.
Perfect. I need a motion for adjournment.
motion to adjourn.
I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Our next meeting is Monday, the 25th at 7 p.m. Thank you.